And the more able you are to regulate stress in a healthy way at levels that other people can't will enable you to go further than anyone else can.
Is stress an underlying factor for all those people? Maybe they're too busy working in their business rather than on the business. How much of a factor is stress, and what role do you think meditation or some type of other tips that you've got to help them get through that?
Look, I would say it's a massive factor, and that's one of the reasons I think that we are so successful in what we do. You know, when we work with business owners, the clients that we work with over a long period of time, there's about 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 that will 2x to 10x in their first 18 months to 2 years. And, you know, we teach very solid business, you know, marketing and leadership and scaling principles, yes. But the one thing that makes us different, that really sets us apart, is the psychological conditioning component that we teach. And a big part of that is learning how to deal with stress, because here's what we know about stress. Stress is the number one killer of the 21st century, and it's a multi-billion dollar issue in the workforce. But what we also know about stress is when we have stress activated in the body, you know, our autonomic nervous system is activated. We go into fight or flight. You know, adrenaline and cortisol start flooding the system, and we lose within 7 minutes about 50% of our intelligence. So when stress goes up, intelligence goes down. And so to me, it's a valuable question to ask, okay, what are the situations that I'm in most that have the highest level of value, that require the greatest level of calm, that if I'm stressed in those situations can cause me, you know, significant consequence. And that is in your job, in your business, in your relationship, you know, in those moments that really count. And so for me, there's an absolute clear correlation that if you're going to be an entrepreneur, if you're just going to be alive, you're going to experience a level of stress. But if you're going to be an entrepreneur, and stress is a spectrum, right? You are going to significantly start to push yourself up that spectrum of experiencing stress. And the more able you are to regulate stress in a healthy way at levels that other people can't will enable you to go further than anyone else can. Because the only difference between, you know, someone who plays here and someone who plays here and someone who plays here is not necessarily their smarts, it's their ability to expose themselves to information, in some cases stress, at a level that they can regulate in a healthy way. That's why not everyone's going to be able to build a multi-billion-dollar company, because not everyone could, you know, cope with the mental stress of even considering working with those denominations and those values. And that's why you'll always find where your limit is, and wherever that limit is will be, you know, you'll be constrained by some level of fear that triggers a level of stress. The more we can interpersonally learn how to regulate the systems within our body consciously, based on the recognition of, you know, of that being required, then the further we can go.